Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is Monday, April 21st, 2025. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. After I untangle this tape for my wonderful child.
Child?
Yes, you're my child.
My child?
No, I'm not your child. I'm your mother.
You're my mother?
Yes, you're my child. I'm your mother. Alright, so I hope everyone had a lovely, calming, peaceful, relaxing Easter. For those of you that didn't, hopefully next year is better for you. Aside from that, I appreciate those who have been subscribing to my channel and supporting my channel. So coming from like nothing, and then to have like the amount of subscribers that I have, which is, so other people might be considered nothing, but I'm really proud of it, and it feels good because I built that, you know. I built that, I made that, and I like it, you know. Started from the bottom, now we here kind of energy. All right, so this is the last piece of tape, and then I'm gonna start pulling cards. So listen, I'm gonna do this for you, and then you're gonna put it wherever you want to put it. All right, that's it, we're done. All right, now yeah, I'm gonna start pulling cards now. Do you need a change? Yeah. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Am I done? She's doing my makeup. Am I done? I love it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Alright, okay. So, you know what's interesting is that, I don't know why, but I feel like it's almost always like UPS that does this. And, I don't know why, but UPS always like delivers my packages to like the wrong house, and it's never the same wrong house, if that makes sense, right? It's never the same wrong house. It's always the wrong house, and it's always a different wrong house. You know, I would understand if it was like maybe two houses that like look alike, or maybe you live on 231 and someone lives on 321, right? And then so that would make sense. Like, oh, I got your packages again, right? That would make sense. But I feel like UPS, they almost always, right, deliver my packages to the wrong house, but it's never the same wrong house, you know? So man, UPS is just, no wonder they're going under. I thought, are they going under? I feel like they're going under. I mean, if you can't deliver the packages to the right places, obviously, who's going to want to do business with you, right? Alright. You know what's a really good carrier, though? I feel like DHL. They're like the red and green ones. Apparently they've been around for a very long time, but I think they're really good. Okay, so obviously there's something here about the mail, communication, transportation, mail, something being delivered, something, maybe some information being delayed, or you being delayed from receiving something because it was sent to the wrong place or the wrong address. And it's crazy because I know exactly where my package is, right? Like, I got like a notification, like they sent a picture of my package and they sent me the email. Yeah, your package was delivered. Yeah, but to the wrong address. So like I know where it's at, you know. So if they give me my package, they do. If not, then shame on them. And then I'll just it is what it is, you know. But so something could be, it's like you could know what it is, or you could know what's being delivered to you. Right? You know what's coming your way, but it's just being delayed, or it was delayed. Okay? But there's also, that's your, somebody wants, it's like you get something in the mail and someone's like, oh, what'd you get? Oh, what'd you get? What is that? What'd you get? Right? There's someone that's like, what'd you get? Like, they're trying to look inside your box or something. And you're like, damn, can you back up? Like, go get your own stuff. Like, if you want to have a surprise in the mail, go buy something. But I just wanted to share that. And I feel like it's always UPS. They be like, come on, like, Page of Swords reversed on the bottom as I split the deck. Look at that. Yeah, somebody's spying on you. Somebody's watching. They want to know this. The person that's spying and watching on you is the same exact person that's gossiping on you as well, by the way. So you have a person that's gossiping. I don't know. I just feel like they're like a few short fries of a Happy Meal, because there's just no way. Like, I'm just stuck on the audacity of their audacity. Does that make sense? Like, so not only is this person with the Page of Swords reversed, not only are they gossiping, but this person is also spying and watching on you. And it could be because, so this is somebody who loves to have your name in their mouth. Like, they love it, right? They love it. And so, and they like to gossip. They talk about you. But they also need to watch you and keep track on you and watch you and keep track on you, because otherwise, how else would they, like, it's something where the things that they're saying about you, it has to be justified, or it has to be right, or it has to be, because I feel like there's something where this person is like, I'm done looking like a fool. I'm done looking like an idiot. You're making a fool out of me, and you're just minding your business, like filing your nails or like doing whatever. Like, you're not even, but this person is putting so much, throwing dirt on your name. There's a ambulance. This person's like sick, like really, really mad, because in their mind you're making them look like a fool because they're gossiping about you, but it's like it's not lining up, it's not adding up, right? So of course they can't, it's like now you're just gossiping to gossiping, or like just like if they're gossiping, people are just like, okay, you're doing too much, like stop, right? So they're watching you and spying on you and stalking you, because they want to feel justified in their gossiping. They want something that they're saying to be like, see, I told you. I keep getting like this this angry woman. You know, there's a conversation that I had with someone maybe like 10, 12 years ago, and I still remember the conversation. It wasn't really like a whole spiel. It was just like a comment that they made. It wasn't about me. It was a comment that they made about them and their life. And it just made me, Like, you know how when you hear something and you're just like, really? And I don't know why, but the comment that they made has been coming up for the past couple months, and I'm always like reminded of it or something. Because the comment that they made, it just, I just personally feel like there's always a point in your life when you have to move on from something. That could just be me, that could be because I'm a Scorpio, but I just always feel like things always have to change and move. Nothing is ever really set in stone, right? Good times, bad times, good times, bad times, right? But I feel like the comment that they made, it could be because, you know what? It could be that person that, or like the same energy that this person carries, right? Like the same spirit, like that Jezebel spirit. That same Jezebel energy spirit that person carries with them could also be around someone around you, collective, right? I'll get to the comment in a second. I'll talk about it in a minute. But in order for me to do that, I would also have to divulge something of myself, right? So, which I don't really care, but then I have to open up and right? Let me see something. I'm gonna get 3 of these, and then I'm gonna move on to this deck, and then I'm gonna close it with my oracle at some point. So, delayed, something being delayed. Comment. Information, stalking, spying, gossip. So, whoever this person is, whatever this energy is, they've been purposely delaying things from you or trying to delay things with their gossip. And now, because their gossip can no longer delay things for you, 5 of Wands reverse, right? There's no drama, there's no conflict, there's no chaos in your life, which was the intention of this gossip. Because the gossip is not working, the gossip is not delaying anything, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about their gossip. Now what? They have to watch you, spy on you, and stalk you, and, right? The Empress. This is what they're doing to you, collective. Whether you're this Empress or this Emperor upright, this is why they're watching you and gossiping on you. Because I feel like whoever this first of all, a Jezebel, come on. A Jezebel is gossiping about the Empress upright. That's enough right there. Like, you're just a hating hoe. That says enough, right? That says enough. And you standing and you're just sitting in your throne, holding your power, minding your business, you're being an Empress. Like, why would you step down to, like, you're a whole peasant. Why would I care about your gossip? Kind of energy, right? So this is you have a Jezebel spirit watching you. Okay, so let me tell you about this comment. All right. I remember when I was younger, and okay, I remember when I was younger, right? I was a dancer, stripper. All right, I was, and we were young, and one of my coworkers at the time, and I was there, like, it was fun, I wanted to try it, I was good at it, whatever, right? But I always knew that wasn't going to be something forever for me. I just didn't feel like it was something forever, right? At the time, it was fun, I was great at it, I had the energy, the time, whatever, right? And I'm proud of it, because right now, I was, I'm not ashamed of it. I used to be a dancer or a stripper, right? But so I remember at the time I had a coworker who made this comment about themselves, and they looked at me dead in my eyes and they said, I'm gonna do this forever. And I know when things are temporary, and I knew that work environment was always going to be something temporary for me personally. I just felt like that wasn't something forever for me, right? And it's not like we weren't around. We were around the same age, give or take, maybe a year, a couple years or so, but same age range, whatever. But and I knew how serious they were about that, right? And it's not like they weren't talented. They were talented. They were great at it, right? They had skills. They were great. But I just felt like maybe if they went off and did other things with it instead of staying in that box, right? To basically sit there and say you want to be a stripper for the rest of your life, that's what you want to do. But for me, I just felt like that's it. That's all you want to do? And for some reason, that had stuck with me, right? And that's been coming up a lot lately, especially like the past 6 months or so, that comment that they made, that they wanted to be a stripper for the rest of their life. And I don't know why, but it just made me feel sad for them, because it's like, that's it? That's all you want to do? I'm not one to judge, right? But I just feel like that same energy, I'm not saying the person, I'm saying the energy, okay? The energy that comes with that, wanting to do the same thing for the rest of your life because it's easy money, it's quick, it's fast, it's fun, the lifestyle. Let me tell you something. The stripper lifestyle is very fast paced. That's a fast life, all right? And on top of that, you have to have a serious backbone. Okay, it's not easy, all right? I mean, there are times where people wouldn't even want to talk to me because I look so intimidating, but they're like, I've been wanting to talk to you all night. I'm like, why didn't you? They're like, because you look so intimidating. I'm like, okay, whatever. But that's irrelevant. So the point that I'm trying to make is that same energy, all right, of someone who basically, I don't know, they already had like their life set out for them, and whatever. This could be someone who says, I'm going to work at McDonald's for the rest of my life, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's McDonald's, a stripper, working at the car wash, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is that this person had already basically decided their entire life, right, around whatever it was that they decided their entire life to be around. Okay, and you didn't. How else would you be this empress upright, right? You understood that not everything is right. So you have this weird Jezebel spirit that wants things to always be. And the thing is, like, if you are in one position forever, that means you're comfortable, right? Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you have room to grow and you're not growing because you're comfortable, or because you're afraid, or because you have I don't know. Okay? But this person was very, very talented, and they just didn't want to do anything else, which is fine, right? But now I'm talking about this energy that this person was carrying. I'm talking about not the person, but the energy, right? The energy is just very stifling, very boxed, very stagnant, right? Very like, you don't want anything else for yourself, right? That's all you want. And it's interesting because that same kind of energy, right? Like, you said you're fine with that life. Why are you bothering the collective? You said you're good with that life. You said you're fine, right? So why is that person, that energy, who already decided that their life was going to be the way it is, why are they bothering you? You made your decision. Well, what do you want, right? And it's very interesting because that energy is bothering, or trying to attempt to bother the Empress. You're the Empress. And it's like this person, this weird Jezebel energy, decided their life was going to be a certain way, a certain whatever, however, forever, ever. And you didn't. You decided to transform from like maybe a Queen of Wands, right? I feel like strippers are more like Queen of Wands energy, right? And there's nothing wrong with that if you're being a good clean about it, right? But I feel like you're just like, okay, well, now it's time to move on, time to graduate, time to elevate. What else is there to do, right? I'm talking specifically for the collective, right? Like, now you did everything you could at McDonald's. Now you want to try Wendy's, or now you want to try Taco Bell. Now you want to try, fine dining, right? Now you want to try bistros. You want to, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And then eventually, now you have all the experience and the skills, and now you're ready to open up your little cafe, right? It's like that. You literally started from the ground up. But I feel like this is your energy where you got skills from here, you got skills from that, you got skills from here, you got skills from here, and you utilized all of that to help with your growth and your journey, and you became the Empress. And this person, this energy, right? They've been gossiping to help delay your progress. So this is not something that they were doing alone. All right, they were doing this to delay the progress of an Empress, and it's not working anymore. You know what? I'm gonna go back and forth. I feel like it feels right when I do like that part. This reading. It didn't fall or flip over, so it doesn't count. Clean out your social media. All right, Empress or Emperor, you need to clean out your social media, because that you have somebody that's watching, spying, and stalking on you. And it could be for this weird Jezebel spirit. It could be you have an inactive profile that you think is inactive, but it's actually someone's like second secret account that they're using, and because they're friends with you on that account, they can watch you and spy you and stalk on you, right? You really got to clean out your social media. All right, Empress, make sure you do that. Somebody doesn't want you to do that. If you come across a profile and you get like this feeling like, this profile is weird, delete it, get rid of it. There's a reason why you're feeling that way about that particular profile, right? It could be, oh yeah, I've known them for, a couple years, I've known them for a couple months, right? They seem legit, but there's that feeling that something you shouldn't trust. Believe it, right? There's a reason why. Queen of Swords fell out upright. So you could be this Queen of Swords, the Empress, very smart, very on her toes. She knows what's going on. She's standing her truth in her power. Blah, 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 blah. On the other hand, there is a Queen of Swords that is looking up at you, and they hate that. They feel like they have to look up at you. You have a Queen of Swords in your environment, right? Who feels like you're making them look like a fool because you're setting an example, or they feel like they have to look up at you, or people are looking up at you. And if they're not looking up at you, they would be like a hater or like a hating hoe, because it's like, well, why aren't you looking up to the Empress? The Empress is like the epitome of what a divine feminine would be, should be, could be, right? So whether you're a Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, right, the goal would always be to be a divine feminine. Like you're moving on up. Like that's the goal, to move on up, right? Move on up, right? But you have a Queen of Swords in your environment that feels like you're making them look like a fool, that you're embarrassing them as a person, their character. You're embarrassing their character as a person, because it's like people are looking up to you, right? You're like an inspiration. You're hello, the divine feminine, the Empress, right? Everybody looks up to the Empress and the Emperor, right? Because they're the pillars of power, the pillars of peace, the pillar of stability, the pillars, right? In the community, the country, this whatever, all right? So you have a Queen of Swords that feels embarrassed because it's like they have to look up at you. They don't really have to, but they feel like if they don't, they would be like a hater, because, and then that makes them mad, because why? Because then it would really reveal how much of a hater they are. And they don't want that. They want to be able to hate in peace, right? But if they're gossiping and they're hating on the divine feminine, obviously they look like a hating hoe. I don't know why I keep saying hating hoe, but they look like a hater, because why wouldn't you? That's a divine feminine. That's an Empress. Like, what's your problem, right? And they feel like you're making a fool out of them, because now if you were an Empress in reverse, that make them feel good, right? Because it's like everybody's hating on the Empress in reverse, and it's not considered hating. It's just a general dislike for the Empress in reverse, right? It's justified. But in this situation, you're the Empress upright. You're a divine feminine. So them hating, it's not justified. And then what do you mean with the divine feminine? What are you talking about? Right? Hold on. Okay, I'm back. What was I saying? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, let me get another one of these. So, yeah, so for some of you, there's a Queen of Swords that is feeling forced to look up to you, to acknowledge you. Now, this doesn't have to be a karmic Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, right? It could literally just be about the fact that this person, it could be a woman, right? This energy feels forced to have to, they're like begrudgingly, hey, do you mind if, you can, help me out with this project, right? Or like, hey, do you mind if you can call up blah, 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 blah. It's like there's something where it's like they feel like they have to begrudgingly accept your partnership or partner up with you, right? With that Libra energy, despite the fact that they're like a hidden enemy. I think it's Pisces that's hidden enemies and Libra is open enemy, right? And then with the whole Gemini energy, like they're forced to have to talk to you, to partner up with you, to work with you, right? And then what was it, the Aquarius energy, right? Because they know that it would be in their best interest for their future, right? If they weren't a hating ass hoe, right? So it doesn't have to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? But if it is, that'd be funny because of the fact like you're going against your own sign kind of energy, which is a disgrace, but you're doing your sign a disservice. But aside from that, that could just be the very reason why this is what this person is like feeling and thinking and blah blah blah, right? It could be any sign. But aside from that, right, and as well on top of that, you are this Empress, Queen of Swords. Like, like as long as you keep your truth on you and you stand in your truth, it's kind of like you're keeping it in your back pocket. You're good. You're fine. Right? It's kind of like, ooh. I can't say that. Alright, I also feel like with the Empress, Queen of Swords energy, if those two are your energies combined, which I do feel like they are, as well as a Queen of Swords around you who is feeling some type of way, I feel like because of how intelligent you are and you're able to pick up on things very, very quick, you're able to see who this person is and like pick up on intentions and blah blah blah, and you don't really have to do anything being this divine feminine, this Empress, right? There isn't much that you really have to do. You don't really have to get up off your throne unless like it's real work to be done, right? But when it comes to gossiping and he said, she said, and slander and blah blah blah, that's not the work of an Empress. The Empress's job is not to get up and confront every little piece of gossip and tabloid and news article that comes across that has her name in it. That's not her job. Her job is to delegate real tasks at hand, right? To create change, stability. That's her job. So she's not going to menial labor, all right? She's not going to worry about that. And I feel like it's bothering this Queen of Swords because the gossip that this Queen of Swords implicated upon this Empress to delay this Empress did nothing. It just made her look like a hater. This hater who wanted things to stay the same, wanted to do the same thing forever and ever, who's very fine and living in a box, right? And, like, if you're fine living in a box, that's great. But don't get mad when this Empress is got a whole castle, right? She can go wherever she wants. She can roam freely on the grounds, on the castle. And on top of that, she has a whole carriage where she can hop in her carriage and go far away and blah, blah, blah. Like, and you want to stay in your little rinky-dinky shack. That's fine. No one's judging you about it. But you look like a hater when you're, oh, the Empress, the divine feminine, divine masculine, emperor. It's just like, that's why they're gossiping, right? That's why they were gossiping. And that's why they're watching, stalking, and spying on you now. Their gossip did nothing, right? And I do feel like, here's the thing. I feel like this Queen of Swords, let me get this card out. She's going to start gossiping again. And it's going to be bringing up something again. Something that was gossiped about you before. That when it first came out, it was like, oh my God. Can you believe, oh my God. It brought people to huddle together to converse, right? To shh, oh my God, there he is. Shh, oh my God, there she is, right? It brought people like that, right? Because that's how booming this gossip was, right? This Queen of Swords reverse, what she's going to do, she's going to bring up that same gossip. It's like she's pulling it from the past. The same gossip that she kind of like started with. It's kind of like, let's say before, like, you like apples, all right? And that was like a big thing. Can you believe the collective like apples, blah, 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 right? And now nobody cares that you like apples, right? It's whatever. This Queen of Swords, what she's going to do is she's going to do the same thing. Can you believe that the collective likes apples? I can't, I know, like, I'm just surprised that no one's done anything about that. And people are going to be like, okay, yeah, we know, like, they're not hurting anybody by eating apples. They're not hurting anybody by blah, 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 whatever the case it is. Right? It's the same gossip that return any and all negative intentions, attacks, and spirits to sender. Yeah. This is just going to bite them back in the butt. They think that they're doing something, they're not. And it's weird because while they're bringing up the same exact thing, like they're bringing up old gossip, old news, right? It's old gossip, old news. They're trying to bring it back up. But it's not doing anything. It's just going to boomerang right back to her. Or him, but I feel like it's a her. It's gonna boomerang right back to her. Unbelievable. We got the Ten of Swords on the fence. So your true, who you truly are, is being revealed to the surface, is being revealed and looked at and noticed. At the very same exact time, it's also revealing who this Queen of Swords is. Their true intentions, what their motives are. It's like, you can't, to openly be a hater to a divine feminine, that says a lot about you. Because first of all, the divine feminine, she's busy being the divine feminine. Being a hater is not in her repertoire. She's got delegation to do. She's got real tasks to focus on. Like, she's got real things to deal with. Being a hater is not it. Right? So you're hating on someone who is viewing you as an equal. Like, we're in this together. Like, we're in this world together. Like, why not we both live? Right? Right? I'm not judging you, but this Queen of Swords is crazy judging the Empress upright. She wants to judge this Empress upright, and it shows, because now it's just like, okay, and so they like apples, okay, and all right, like, okay, yeah, but did you see the way they ate the apple? Did you see? I don't know. I just think it's weird. Like, what are you talking about? Final manifestation completion, the result of true will. This is done. This is done. What? Spiritually fertile. Yeah. It really shows you're this Empress. Otherwise, you wouldn't... If you weren't so spiritually fertile and grounded and responsible with it, you would not be a divine feminine, divine masculine. You just wouldn't. I mean, right? With great power comes great responsibility. And if you're abusing your power, it's going to be taken away. If you're abusing your freedom, it's going to be taken away. That's just universal law, laws of the land, blah, blah, blah. It's just how it is. All right? So, obviously, right, the result of true will, who you really are, your true intentions, your motives, your morals, your ethics, like, it's really showing, and you're really putting it to use. You're being responsible with it. And you have this Queen of Swords around you that's looking at you with, like, a grimace like, I don't see the appeal, but whatever. Like, you don't see the appeal of being a divine feminine and Empress? Like, look at them glowing. How could you not see the appeal? You're hating. It's a fact, right? That's the right, like, that's like somebody who loves money but looks at rich people like, oh, I don't see the appeal of their mansion. What are you talking about? You were just saying how the hustle is the life, but you're hating on someone because they have a mansion just because you have to live in a box. Like, I don't know, it's just something very obvious about their negativity. Dark witch. Listen. I know what I know when I know it. And this is something I know. Five cards came out. Lives to backstab people. This is a dark witch. If they are a Queen of Swords, they are really good with words or mental magic or manipulation, illusion, right? Everything that this woman had tried to put on you when it comes to gossiping, stalking, spying, and watching on you, it's being returned back to her, right? Lives to backstab people, attacking your third eye chakra, attacking your heart chakra, cannot conform. Oh, pregnant. These are yours. Heart and third eye. So this person wanted you to turn bitter, being surrounded by gossip and like hearing, shh, there she goes, shh, there he goes, there he goes. This person wanted to hurt your heart, block your heart, turn it bitter and dark. Coming from a dark witch, attacking an empress. My God, what is your problem, girl? You cannot conform, and then we have pregnant. You're birthing something new. You're creating something new. There goes the sirens again in the background. In yesterday's reading, I was talking about how there was someone who wanted what you had because you're creating something new. You're literally in the process of creating something brand new. And this person, this dark ass witch, you cannot conform. That's another thing too. You cannot box an empress, an emperor. You cannot try boxing an emperor upright. Come on, like he's gonna tell you where to put that box. All right, you cannot do that. An empress, no. Wow. We have fertility for the empress, and we have spiritually fertile. Yeah, you're really. Wow. I mean, the empress is always pregnant, obviously. So, right. She's always pregnant, laying down, relaxing, resting. But she has things to do, right? Don't get her pregnant naps twisted for being lazy, all right? That's very justified. And empress's pregnant naps are very justified, all right? So you could be pregnant right now, or you're like just in this empress energy, just constantly creating, which is what a divine feminine is really about, right? They're creators, they're nurturers, artists, painters, muses, right? Like, you can't be boxed in. Like, this gossip, this spying, it's not changing who you are. You're always going to be this divine feminine empress. You're always going to be this divine masculine emperor. You're always going to be that. And nothing's going to change that. You're not going to change yourself because of some silly gossip. If you like apples, you like apples, right? Like I just said in the beginning of the video, I was a dancer. I'm not ashamed of that. It is what it is. So what? What are you going to say about that? What can you say? Oh, the collective was a dancer. Great, guess I was, and I was damn good at it. Next. What else? What else? All right? The Empress is not ashamed. They're not going to, oh my, what if someone finds out that I like to eat apples? Oh my gosh, no. No, the Empress is going to be like, yes, bring me a plate of apples, please. Make them green. I think green apples are better than red apples, but that's just my opinion. Alright. So we have attacking your third eye chakra, right? And then we have attacking your heart chakra. So this person wanted to not only make your heart bitter and black, but they also didn't want you to see that it was them doing it, that they were the ones doing this manipulation, gossip, illusion, mind magic on everybody against you. But you, being this empress, you're just like, no, I see where it's coming from. Yeah, no. And God's like, do you know that? You're like, yeah, no, God, I'm definitely honest. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you. I got you. I love you. I definitely see everything. That I know it's her. I know it's him. I know. Yeah, no. I got it. Noted. Attacking your heart chakra, when it is unbalanced, you have a lack of self-love, depression, loneliness, and fear. This Queen of Swords has some sort of like, if they rely on partnerships, they could have felt like you being around threatened their stability when it comes to the partnerships that they've gained and maintained forever and ever, and they felt like you were a threat to that, and that people wouldn't want to partner with them anymore and want to partner up with you. But that's crazy talk, because it's like, there's enough money to go around. There's enough water to go around. There's enough air to go around. There's enough, like, there's enough. But this is someone who lives with a lack mindset. Oh no, someone new is coming. That means I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose that. I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose that. I must attack them. That's how they think. And they did all of this because of that fear, lack of mindset. And now it's all hitting them at once. That's why you got to be careful where you are. When you're doing something, why am I doing this? Why am I feeling this way? Where is this coming from? Why am I being triggered? You have to ask yourselves the real questions that matter. Because if you don't, and you leave it unchecked, this happens, right? Now, this person just did a whole destruction regime, chaos magic. And what happens now? It's being returned right back to them. So now it's going to affect them in multiple ways, more than one ways. Their home, their finances, their relationships, their stability, their mental, their emotions, their blah, 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 whatever, right? All because of the simple fact that they were in a lack of mindset. And they project that. It's very sad, honestly. That's like, you can't even be mad. You can't even be mad. It's just very sad. It's very sad. I pity the fool. It's very, very sad. When your heart chakra is unbalanced, lack of self-love, depression, loneliness, fear. When it is balanced, compassionate, loving, open-hearted, healing, and connections, right? When your heart is open, you're fine with, like, your understanding where this connection may be temporary, this is a good connection, this is a long-lasting connection. You don't have to, I must control this connection, I must control this connection, I have to keep this connection, I have to hold on to this connection. You're going to leave me, you're going to leave me. You're not. Their heart is not in a good place right now. I don't know where it's at, but it's not good, especially with Dark Witch that came out. And this is the same person that was trying to project their dark heart onto this Empress, which is scones? Like, you're a whole Jezebel, a hating ass hoe, going against a divine feminine Empress who's doing nothing but enjoying her pregnancy naps and, just bring me a plate of apples. Like, and you're hating for what? She's minding her own business, creating, and you're afraid because of what she creates. It's going to be, you think what she creates is going to take away from you. And it's just like, that's like someone going into a job, right? And everybody starts freaking out. Oh no, our pay is gonna get cut and our hours are gonna get cut. And first of all, there's enough hours and pay to go around. So what's the problem? Everybody's freaking out for what? There's enough water to go around. There's enough air to go around. There's enough money to go around. There is. And to think that there isn't, right, with that lack of mindset, that's exactly the very thing that's going to, oh, we got to do this. Oh, let's do that. Right? And then what happens? It all goes back to you because you just did all that for what? For nothing. All that extra shit for what? Attacking your third eye chakra. When it is unbalanced, you're delusional, fearful, brain fog, very confused, like, wait a minute, what, right? Psychic disorders, anxiety, and tension. When it is balanced, you have clarity, you're able to listen to your intuition, self-realization, very important for this reading, self-realization, right? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I triggered? What just happened? Okay, so why am I acting this way? Why am I feeling this way? Right? Awareness. Transcend and remember your dreams. You could have been seeing this person in your dreams a lot. I had a dream a lot about this one dream I had about this woman. She tried to get into my car, but she had, like, let's say, like, I don't know the colors of the car, so whatever, but let's say she had like a green neon pickup truck, right? And this was the dream, right? I don't remember the car colors in the dream, but whatever. I'm just giving you an example. And I had like a white 2-door Beetle. All right, a white 2-door Beetle. And this woman in the dream, she had like a neon green pickup truck. Obviously, 2 very distinct cars. You cannot, right? You know, like you can't miss it, right? But in the dream, she tried to get in my little white 2-door Jeep or Beetle. And I'm like, what are you doing? This is my car. She's like, oh, I thought this was my car. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Like, I literally caught you in the act of trying to steal my car. And you have a whole neon Jeep. And you're trying to get in my 2-door little itty bitty Beetle car, right? Like, it was just very obvious that you're trying to steal my car. All right, go.
No.
And so that was like a very tall tale. And I kept seeing this woman in my dreams, and she kept doing these weird things. And hold on one second. And I think it was like a month and a half ago. I seen the same chick in my dream, right? But the last time I saw her in my dream, she was very, very nervous. Like, it was like she was nervous, like if she was being revealed or getting caught, and she wanted to like befriend me or talk to me, but she was like nervous that I would say no. And I just felt it. I'm like, why are you being so uneasy and like shifty? All right, I'm gonna get like a couple more of tarot, and then I'm gonna close it with oracle cards, and then I have stuff to do. This person, they backstab people because it's their fear, lack of mindset. They feel like there's just not enough for them. Not enough light, not enough money, not enough food, not enough opportunities, not enough hours, not enough choices in love, not enough this, not enough time to sleep, not enough time to relax. Whatever it is, they're just living in a lack of mindset. The Tower came out. Something because of their constant need to backstab people. And it's not like they're looking to backstab people. It's because of their fear of their lack of mindset. That's what makes them feel like they have to attack people in order to survive, preserve themselves, right? That's why. Now, this is not me excusing them. I'm just explaining why this person is doing what they're doing. And when you really think about it, when you really get to the layers, the deep layers, it's actually very sad, right? I'm not mad at you. I just feel really sad for you. Like, to feel like you don't have enough, that's sad. You're a grown-ass woman and you feel less than, you have a lack of mindset, that's sad. You're not even... What you're doing, it really doesn't affect the collective. It's not anything. It's really, they're just doing everything because of how they feel on the inside, deep within themselves. That's very sad. When you realize why people do what they do. Now again, their actions have consequences, of course. But when you know why people do, it's actually very sad. And you're not even, your malice and hatred and anger and beefing, it's just not. Your sadness, me beefing with you, will never amount to the sadness that you carry within your heart. Because at the end of the day, you will always be sad. I can be mad and move on. Be mad and move on. But you will always be sad within your heart. Until you heal that within you. My girl, please heal. And I'm not saying this as a perfect human because we all are human. All right, we all need healing. We may be in our healing journeys in like different places in our healing journey, right? I'm definitely not human. I make mistakes every day, right? But at the same time, because of my mistakes, I'm not out here deliberately, you're my enemy. Like, no. I understand why people do what they do, and it's very sad when you think about it, right? How sad and lonely and broken people are. That's why they do what they do. All right? So the Tower, Scorpio energy, bam. So something is going to be changing drastically for this person because of their need to backstab people, because of their need to survive and lack of, right? So like I said, it's like a boomerang, Return any and all negative intentions and attacks and spirits to sender. So whatever they sent to you, energy, blah, 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 is being sent to them. And it's going to be so profound that it's going to change things drastically in their life, right? The Tower card is inevitably like an act of God, right? It's something that is changing. And depending on where they have been on their level, their wheel, that's going to be the result, right? But it doesn't look good. Dark Witch lives to backstab people, attacking your heart chakra, attacking your third eye chakra, illusion, confusion, lying, gossiping, stalking, spying, watching. I don't feel like this Tower moment is going to be good for them. And this is happening right now. And you'll notice because it's like a slow trickle, right? It's going to be from like, oh, maybe they missed a bill, right? So now, they have like an extra bill, right? Something happened with their car. Maybe they locked their keys, right? Now they had to get a locksmith and the locksmith is charging them, right? And because they had to pay money for the locksmith, they couldn't get the same amount of groceries. And because they couldn't get the same amount of groceries, they were behind on this and they missed a couple of this. And now they had to dip into a different bill fund to get it. It's just, there's going to be a lot of trying to catch up energy, right? It's going to be a lot of, it just feels like I can never catch up coming from this person, right? That's delays. The same way that they tried to delay you, especially when it comes to your finances, is literally hitting back to them. You're going to hear a lot of, I just feel like I can never catch up. Oh, I'm just so tired. I feel like I can never catch up. I can never get enough sleep. I just feel like I can never work enough. Like, it's a lot of never enough, right? Again, that lack of mindset, same thing they try to put onto you. Delays onto you. I was just telling you how I had a package, right? I got notified that one of my packages was delivered, right? And I looked at the email, but it said it was delivered, blah, 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 but it was delivered to a different address, right? And I know where the address is, so, right, I went there, and I left a message on, like, the Ring, blah, 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 and I even showed them the email, so I haven't heard anything back, but I know where the package is, right? But it's like, either I'm going to get my package or I'm going to get a refund. I'm going to get something. I'm coming out the way. I'm leaving with something, right? Is that what he says? I'm from round the way. I'm leaving with something. Yeah, that's what he says. I just feel like their luck is about to take a turn, and it's really because of their deep insecurities. That's why they did all this. So this could be the same person from yesterday's reading, where a lot of the same cards, like I think 4 or 5 cards that came out was like forgiveness. So this person did something foul out of their own jealousy and insecurity, and you're just being called to forgive them. And I feel like where you are in your healing journey, because you understand, you can't even be mad. Like, they're gonna get their consequences, right? Because these are actions that need consequences. But that doesn't mean you don't understand. Like, I'm holding you accountable for your actions, but that doesn't mean I don't understand why you did what you did. But that also doesn't mean that you're inexcused from being held accountable. You see? It's a balance. You're getting consequences, but I understand why you did what you did. I do, right? I'm not mad, but you have to be held accountable for what you did. I prefer to forgive you. I'm moving on. But you have to learn this lesson. 5 of Cups, upright. Very sad, very depressed, very what was me. Scorpio energy again. So this is either a karmic Scorpio, or this is about how you were able to, despite all of these delays, this gossip, this stalking, this spying, despite all of that, you were able to continuously transform and become this Empress. Right? The Scorpio is all about transforming, right? Deaths and rebirth. Right? It's in their nature. It's in their nature to do that. That's... You cannot, especially in their North Node, you cannot stop a Scorpio from transforming, dying, and rebirth. Transforming, dying, and rebirth. You cannot. It's just the whole phoenix, born from the ashes, bursts into flames. You cannot stop it. It's in their nature. We have the Page of Cups upright. Yeah, so this person, they're going to want to partner up with you. They're going to want to... More sirens in the background. They're going to want to partner up with you. They want to collaborate with you, come towards you, blah, blah, blah. But because there's a fish talking, this fish in this cup, right? And they're going to be very sweet about it. It seems almost innocent. Like, hey girl, so I was just wondering, I know everything has been happening, blah blah blah, but I don't even listen to the gossip, right? So, but I was wondering, right, because we have this project coming up, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, like, it was all you, like you're the one that did it, but they have the audacity to say, I don't even listen to the gossip. You're the one that started the fire, right? But whatever. So this person, they're going to come towards you as the Page of, hold on. They're going to come towards you as the Page of Cups, right? Very innocent, very sweet, very, right? But you just know that the only reason why they're doing that is because you're spiritually fertile, pregnant, you're creating something. Everything, they're going through a tower moment, right? And it's very fishy. There's something very off about them. And again, with that Queen of Swords energy, within that there's Libra. Libra's about partnerships, open enemies, right? This person is going to openly come towards you to want to collaborate or partner up with you when you know they don't like you. And they know they don't like you. But do they know that you know that they don't like you? They don't know. All right? But you know they don't like you. And they know they don't like you. All right? So that's why it's very important for you to definitely listen to your intuition on this, because you already know the game. Okay? You already know the game. You've been around the block. Oh, and also another thing too, with that whole entertainment, dancer, industry dynamic, whatever. Listen, like I said, you need to have a back for that. All right. This would be, if you are a dancer or in the entertainment industry or whatever the case it is, this is nothing new to you. This is something it doesn't even matter. I feel like any workplace, any job, any environment, wherever where there feels like there's some sort of like social hierarchy, this is to be expected. Right? But depending on you, collective, the outcome is never going to be what they expect. Right? The same people that said, there's not enough, they're my enemy now, are the same people that's going to come around with this Page of Cups energy and be like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. But they still don't like you. They still don't like you. They're only doing that because they're going through a tower moment and they don't want to seem like a hater. That's it. That's the last one, and then I'm going to close the reading. Success. Congratulations. You get to move on with your life. Differences. Yeah. What was the, oh yeah. With the Ten of Swords on the fence, the result of true will. The differences between you and this person are as clear as night and day, right? You are this Empress, right? And this Queen of Swords is a dark witch. The difference is clear as night and day. It's very obvious, right? Who's who, what's what. Very obvious. Oh, look, and there's an apple and an orange in that bowl right there, right? So this could be somebody who they prefer oranges. Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why they like oranges and they eat apples and blah, blah, blah. And can you believe that they eat apples? And now none of that worked, right? You still are creating. You're still moving on. You're still having success. So they're going to try to... They could have already tried to bring up this gossip again. And, right? They're going to try and... Also be careful. But yeah. So the way that they're going to try to bring up this gossip again is they're going to come towards you. I fucking love games, man. They're going to come towards you, right, with this Page of Cups energy to collaborate and work with you. And then they're going to be subtle about it. Oh, I never believed the gossip anyways. But between you and me, right? Between you and me, like, is it true? Is it not true? Is it true? But between you and me, I never believed the gossip anyways. But between you and me, right? Just so they can be like, I know for a fact, or blah, 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 right? Between you and me, though, right? Bye.